Have you ever pondered why some individuals always manage to finish their tasks, while others constantly seem to be running behind schedule? This age-old question has a straightforward yet deep-rooted answer: effective time management. Time, a universal truth, waits for no man. It's a constant, a leveler that discerns not. Be it the CEO of a Fortune 500 corporation or a student cramming for finals, everyone is bestowed with the same 24 hours each day. The key distinction lies in how they orchestrate this valuable asset. Contrary to common prejudices, time management isn't about busyness but productivity. It's about optimizing the time we possess, achieving more with less. It's about task prioritization, goal setting, and conscious choices on time, as endorsed by the Eisenhower Matrix. Think of time as currency. As we cautiously manage our finances, we should also be vigilant about our time expenditure. Each minute is an investment. Are you allocating it to actions that edge you closer to your aspirations, or are you dissipating it tasks that contribute minimally to your existence? Effective time management, as cited in 7 Time Management Tips for Students, can drastically alleviate stress levels. When we administer our time proficiently, we retain control. We're not in a frenzy to meet deadlines or hastily completing tasks. We can maintain a steady pace, produce quality outcomes, and still reserve time for relaxation and recreation. Good time management, as emphasized in How to Manage Time with 10 Tips That Work, can assist us in accomplishing both personal and professional objectives. It enables us to concentrate on what's genuinely vital. It affords us the flexibility to chase our passions, share priceless moments with our loved ones, and still excel in our professions. It empowers us to lead a balanced, rewarding life. The secret effective time management, as demonstrated by the Pomodoro technique, lies in identifying its worth. Time, once spent, can never be. It's the solitary resource that, if squandered, can never be restored. Therefore, it's critical that we utilize it sagaciously, making every moment worthwhile. Bear in mind, everyone is granted the same 24 hours each day. Your usage of them is what truly counts. Ever caught yourself wondering where all the time went? It's a question we've all asked ourselves, and it's often met with a shrug of the shoulders or a shake of the head. We're going to delve into the black hole of time that seems to swallow our hours and days, the common time wasters. According to 7 Time Management Tips for Students, the first and foremost is the big P, procrastination. It's the art of delaying or postponing tasks, and we've all been guilty of it at one point or another. Maybe you've told yourself you'll start that report tomorrow, or you'll clean the house over the weekend, and before you know it, you're scrambling to meet a deadline, or you're tripping over a pile of laundry. Procrastination, as per the Pomodoro technique, is a slippery slope, and it's one of the biggest time wasters out there. Next on the list, as suggested by Eisenhower Matrix, is lack of planning. Ever had days where you're constantly jumping from one task to another, never quite finishing anything? That's often due to lack of planning. Without a clear plan, we tend to tackle tasks as they come, which can be inefficient and frustrating. A little planning can go a long way in saving time and reducing stress. Now let's talk about distractions. These are the little things that pull our attention away from what we're supposed to be doing. How to Manage Time with 10 Tips That Work states that it could be a notification on your phone, a chatty colleague, or the allure of social media. Distractions are like little thieves, stealing away precious minutes and hours without us even realizing it. Here's the thing though, what wastes time for one person might not be a time waster for another. That's why it's critical to identify your personal time wasters. What are the activities or habits that consistently pull you away from your tasks? Once you recognize these, you can begin to address them, reclaim your time. Remember, time is a precious resource. It's the one thing we can't get more of, no matter how hard we try. So it's crucial to make the most of what we have. Identifying your time wasters is the first step towards effective time management. Goals give us direction, but not all goals are created equal. It's essential to make them SMART, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound, as discussed in 7 Time Management Tips for Students, and How to Manage Time with 10 Tips That Work. Now let's break this down. Specific goals are well-defined, clear, and unambiguous. Instead of saying, I want to read more, say, I want to read 1 book a month. This concept is further expanded in the Pomodoro technique. Measurable goals mean that you identify exactly what you will see, hear, and feel when you reach your goal. It could be finishing a book, losing weight, or completing a project. Achievable goals are realistic and attainable to be successful. It's good to stretch yourself, but don't set a goal that's impossible to reach. Eisenhower Matrix gives good insights on this topic. Relevant goals must be aligned with your life plan and what you want to achieve in the long run. They should be worthwhile and applicable to your current circumstances. Finally, time-bound goals have a deadline. This creates a sense of urgency and prompts you to act. SMART goals, as outlined in How to Manage Time with 10 Tips That Work, can guide your time management efforts and keep you on track. Not every task deserves your time, so how do you decide? That's a question we often grapple with, as noted in 7 time management tips for students. The answer lies in prioritizing. Prioritizing tasks, as described in the Eisenhower Matrix, is a fundamental step in managing your time effectively. It's the art of deciding what's important and what's urgent, then focusing your energy where it matters most. Imagine your workday as a canvas, and each task is a stroke of paint. How to Manage Time with 10 Tips That Work likens prioritizing to the process of deciding which colors and strokes go first to create a masterpiece. It's about making choices that will lead to the most impactful and satisfying results. But how do you identify what's important and what's urgent? That's where tools like the Eisenhower Box come in handy. Named after President Dwight Eisenhower, who is known for his exceptional time management skills, this tool helps you categorize tasks into 4 quadrants: important and urgent, important but not urgent, not important but urgent, and not important and not urgent. As explained in the Eisenhower Matrix, tasks that fall into the important and urgent quadrant are your top priorities. These are tasks that need immediate attention and have significant consequences if not completed. They're like the bold strokes that define your painting. Important but not urgent tasks are those that contribute to your long-term goals and values but don't need immediate attention. These are the details that enrich your masterpiece but can be worked on over time. The not important but urgent tasks are the distractions. They seem to demand immediate attention, but in reality, they don't contribute much to your overall goals. They are like the unnecessary brushstrokes that can clutter canvas. Lastly, the not important and not urgent tasks are those that offer little to no value. They're the strokes you can afford to leave out without affecting the final picture. The Pomodoro technique asserts that prioritizing tasks is not about getting more things done, it's about getting the right things done. It's about painting a rewarding picture of productivity and success, one stroke at a time. And remember, as you navigate through your workday, prioritizing tasks helps you focus on what truly matters. Now that we have our priorities, how do we ensure we're managing our time effectively? Well, friends, it's all about leveraging time management techniques as outlined in 7 time management tips students. Allow me to guide you. The first method on our list is the Pomodoro technique, detailed in the book, The Pomodoro Technique. Developed in the late 80s, this time management system advocates for working in harmony with time, not against it. It's simple. Divide your work into 25-minute periods, interspersed with 5-minute breaks. These periods are termed Pomodoros. After you complete 4 Pomodoros, take a lengthier break ranging from 15 to 30 minutes. This technique can be a boon for maintaining focus and productivity without experiencing burnout. Next in line is time blocking, a tool in the Eisenhower Matrix. This method involves segmenting your day into time chunks, each designated to a specific task or set of tasks. For instance, you might reserve the first 2 hours of your workday for concentrated, undisturbed work. Then you might schedule a block for emails and administrative tasks, followed by a block for meetings. Time blocking proves to be efficient as it steers clear of multitasking, often a culprit for errors and wasted time. Lastly, we'll explore task batching, backed up by How to Manage Time with 10 Tips That Work. Batching is the grouping of similar tasks to minimize the time lost in switching between tasks. For instance, rather than responding to emails all day, you could batch this task and carve out specific times to handle your inbox. This way, you avert the ongoing disruption of your workflow. Now, these are only a few of the numerous time management techniques available. The trick is to try them out and identify the methods that align with your unique work style. Keep in mind, the objective isn't to cram tasks into every moment, but rather to utilize time in the most effective manner to accomplish your goals. So, whether you're an advocate of the Pomodoro technique, time blocking, task batching, or a mix of all 3, the target is to optimize your time usage. Try different techniques to discover what suits you best. Time management is not a one-time thing. It's a continuous process, as outlined in 7 time management tips for students. It's like tending a garden. You plant the seeds, water them, and watch them grow. But the work doesn't stop there. You need to prune, weed, and reassess to maintain the health of your garden. Just like the Pomodoro technique suggests, your productivity and time management strategies need regular review and adjustment. Let's consider a plant that's not thriving. You wouldn't just ignore it, would you? Instead, you'd investigate, figure out what's going wrong, and adjust your strategy. Much like the Eisenhower Matrix advises. Maybe it needs more sunlight, less water, or a different type of soil. The same goes for your tasks and goals. If something isn't working, don't be afraid to reassess and change your approach. How to Time with 10 Tips That Work supports this approach too. And just as a garden needs rest during the winter months, so do you. Self-care and taking breaks are not indulgences, they are necessities. They replenish your energy and keep your productivity high. Effective time management is about working smarter, not harder. Remember, time is the most valuable resource you have. Use it wisely.